Why people attack concepts that are different than what they believe. People do not always reject new ideas because the ideas are wrong. Sometimes they reject them because the ideas do not agree with what they used to believe. A new concept can feel like a threat when it goes against what someone has believed for years. It does not only challenge their opinion, it challenges their identity, their habits, their pride, their culture, their family story, their religion, their education, their image of themselves as someone who is right. And that is why changing human beliefs is one of the hardest changes in the world, because beliefs are not just thoughts. For many people, beliefs are walls. They make life feel organized. They give people certainty. They tell them what is right, what is wrong, who to trust, who to avoid, and how to see themselves. So when a new idea comes and touches that wall, some people do not become curious. They become defensive. They attack the idea. They attack the person who said it. They mock it, reject it, ignore it, or call it dangerous. Not always because they studied it deeply, but because they felt something inside them become insecure. Friedrich Nietzsche once wrote, "Convictions are more dangerous enemies of truth than lies." And maybe this is why a lie can be questioned, but a conviction often becomes part of the person. When someone believes they are already right, they do not listen to understand. They listen to defend. They do not ask, "What if this is true?" They ask, "How can I prove this wrong?" This is why many people do not want new information. They want confirmation. They want ideas that make them feel safe, ideas that tell them their choices were correct, their lifestyle was correct, their opinions were correct, their past was correct. Because if a new idea is true, then they may have to admit something painful. Maybe they were wrong. Maybe they wasted years defending something false. Maybe they hurt people because of a belief they never questioned. Maybe the way they lived needs to change, and that can feel like a wall collapsing inside them. This is why history has always been hard on original thinkers, philosophers, scientists, reformers, and people with new ideas were often attacked before they were understood. Not because humanity hates truth, but because truth often arrives before people are emotionally ready for it. Galileo challenged the way people saw the universe. Socrates challenged the way people thought. Many thinkers were rejected because their ideas disturbed the comfort of the old world. A new idea does not only ask people to think differently, it asks them to become less attached to who they were. And that is difficult, because most people do not say, "I'm afraid to change my belief." They say, "This idea is stupid." They say, "This person is wrong." They say, "I do not want to hear this." But underneath the rejection, there may be fear. Fear of losing certainty, fear of losing belonging, fear of being judged by the group, fear of discovering that the truth is bigger than the story they were given. Carl Jung once said, "Thinking is difficult. That's why most people judge." And this explains a lot. Judgment is fast. Thinking is slow. Judgment protects the ego. Thinking asks the ego to become humble. Judgment says, "I already know." Thinking says, "Maybe I should look again." That is the difference between a closed mind and a growing mind. A closed mind protects comfort. A growing mind protects truth, and truth requires courage, because changing your belief does not mean you're weak. It means you are alive enough to learn. It means your identity is not so fragile that one new idea can destroy you. It means you can say, "I used to think differently, but now I understand more." That is maturity. The goal is not to accept every new idea. Some ideas are wrong, some ideas are harmful, some ideas need questioning, but rejecting something only because it makes you uncomfortable is not wisdom. It is fear wearing the mask of certainty. Real intelligence is not only knowing many things, it is being able to question what you think you know. Because the hardest prison is not always made of walls. Sometimes it is made of beliefs we are too afraid to examine. And maybe growth begins the moment you stop asking only, "How do I defend what I believe?" and start asking, what if there is more to understand? Quiet psychology. Thank you for watching.